What's happening, everybody? This is Randy with R&R Woodworking. Today is going to be a treat. This is the first video of any kind of review that we've done on this channel. Matter of fact, it's only the third video of this channel. And you're probably thinking, production value's low, the lighting's horrible, shining off his bald head, there's junk in the background. This is a woodworking shop, and this is what we do in this shop. But, just like anything else, you'll probably want to watch to the end of the video because there's no telling what's going to happen. There's no telling what I may say or what mistake I'm going to make or come out of my mouth or anything like that. And you want to be able to watch that and laugh at the end. Then you can also comment and poke fun at me. That's okay. I've been made of fun all my life. But, you know, it is what it is. So, let's get right to it. The product we got here today, I got in, is a Rockler juice groove jig. I've made a lot of juice grooves in my time making cutting boards, making charcuteries, whatever I'm making. Matter of fact, I'm gonna reach right back here and get the kit for you. This right here, I made this thing and I've used it many times. As you can see, it's very crude, it's very rude, it's just, it served a purpose, but it also had its flaws. It wasn't quite as tight as I wanted it to be. Sometimes the router would move over just a little bit, but we're gonna get rid of this and we're gonna try the Rockler jig kit now. All right, so let's get this thing turned around here and get it opened up. I've not opened this. This is all brand new. You're gonna see exactly how you get it. Now you did notice it come in bent. I'm sure that's not Rockler's fault. That is the post office fault, or UPS is actually come from. So let's open this up and see what's inside. Got a big cardboard spacer. Let's see what's inside the spacer. All right, a lot of templates. You got your blue ones, your gray ones, multiple corners. That's one of the main reasons I went with this kit. It's because I can make a different juice groove or a different shape of a juice groove for whatever I want to do. I like that. I like that idea a lot. Of course, there's your bag of hardware that holds everything down. We also have an instructions kit. I'm gonna throw that away. No, actually I'm not, because I don't know what I'm doing. So we're probably gonna at least look through it and look at the pictures and bolt it together that way. Got just an empty plastic bag. I don't know what to do with that. And then you have all your rails. You've got 1, 2, 3. Anybody guess? That's right. 4 rails total. Everything seems to be pretty well packaged. The box is pretty flimsy. It's not a real good box. The rails are, of course, a little bit more beefier, a little bit more substantial. I think they're made out of some sort of ABF plastic. I don't know if you can tell that on the camera, but it's definitely not aluminum. It's definitely not anything like that. Get all of them unpackaged so we get the plastic off of it. I've seen a lot of reviews on this. Some people like it, some people did not like it. There's also a ton of them on Etsy that people are building their own, and I don't know. I mean, I tried that route, but it didn't really give me the freedom and I guess the leeway that I want to do with some of my builds, some of my corn. See, mistakes. I told you, you need to watch it. I almost said cornhole boards, but the mistakes I make with some of my cutting boards. All right, so let's lay this out. Let's get the instructions out, and we're gonna get this thing put together. Instructions look pretty good. Very tiny writing. I did not bring my glasses. So we're gonna put this thing together, and it quite possibly could go pretty quick or it could not. So let's see what happens. All right, as you can see, I moved the camera around so you can get a little bit better angle of what we're doing here. It's pretty self-explanatory. You got your different kits as far as which one makes a round edge. You want a hard edge on this one right here. It also has hold downs to go on the back side of it. Once you get it laid out kind of how you want it, you put these pieces in here and you let it slide. As you can see, this piece right here, one side has a couple on it. One side has that. One side has a screw that slides through it. That's what we're in the process of doing right now. That's not what holds it. What holds it is these right here. So this right here goes in and just lets it slide back and forth. Then you feed in your screws right there on the top. Then you lay this in and you line them up. Kind of get your hole lined up there on that. Get you a screw. Put your screw right down in there, right there. Snug it up. Don't tighten it up. Do the same thing to the other side because you're going to have to reach in there and get the line up the washers. You kind of see what I'm doing there. I'm just lining those up. That's what clamps it down. Get this other screw in and we'll move on to the next side, and you can kind of see the whole process on the very last step. So I'm leaving these loose because this is what allows you to slide it back and forth to meet the size of your board. So like I said, we got one more piece here. What we're gonna do right here is get us another one of these pieces right here. This is where it gets kind of confusing for me, maybe for y'all, not sure. But basically you slide this right here into the channel. Well, let me get it over, get the right side, it may help. Slide into the channel. As you can see, I told you there's gonna be bloopers and everything else going on here. So we've got to put this into here. And this piece right here will go in like that. Flip this around to your big side. Get you another one of these right here. Your Allen wrench. And what I've been doing is go ahead and starting it in here and then just feeding it through. It's a little bit easier on these to do that because you still have slack enough to do it. So you just slide it in like that right there. I'm on a very flat table, so I'm trying to get this in as square as I can and then tighten her down. And there you go. You have a movement. Then you get you a couple more of these right here. Washers, captain nut, whatever you want to call it. Allen head screw. And you're going to feed some in right here. And you're going to feed another one all the way down the other side. So far, it hasn't been too bad putting it together. It is 176 degrees here where I'm at. So it is, I had to turn the fan off because it was playing with the sound and the speaker a little bit. So I am sacrificing myself for this video. Not a lot of sacrifice going on though, is it? I mean, let's be honest. It's not that much sacrifice to sweat a little bit. Remember, keep them loose, because once you snug them down, that'll keep it from moving. Now we got one more to do on this side. I'm gonna throw that together, and then we'll kind of put this thing together and see what we think. And then we're gonna try it out. Be right back. All right, as you can see, I've got everything back together. I've got in the little spacers here. They'll accommodate up to 1.25 inches, I believe. You flip them around. One side's like a 3/4 to an inch. The other side's up to 1.25 inches. Anyway, you leave those there, wherever you need to do. I've got the board in there. I'm gonna use this. What this is, it comes with all different kind of jigs, but you can put this in the jig right here, and what it allows to do, it allows the router to come and cut the corner off. So if you want to put a logo or a laser burner logo down in this area, which is what we're gonna do, I got a local steakhouse that's wanting some of these. So you can put that in, or you got this one right here that you can put in. You can stick it on the side here and make it a actual hard corner. You've got another one here where you can put in kind of the same situation. You'll put it in there and make it a soft, I guess, lack of a better term, a curve on there. Or you can just go with the same thing that all the other four corners have. So we're going to just lock down and we're going to get the router out, and we're going to apply the router bearing. It's going to be next. I'll show you how that's done. And we'll get to cutting on this thing. Okay, here we are back. I'm running just a standard DeWalt cordless XR. Brushless, nothing fancy, but I did order the Rockler juice screw bit to go with this. This is supposed to have rounded shoulders that would eliminate some of the harsh or sharp, I guess, edges where the juice screw meets the top of the cutting surface. That's supposed to round some of that off. Kind of anxious to see that. I've been using just a standard 3/8 all this time, so I'm anxious to see what happens. That's the bit, excuse me, that's the bearing that they said goes on every single router there is. If you look at it, it's just a plastic washer that you screw together. Now on this DeWalt, there was a tiny bit of slack. You really can't, well, you can kind of see the gap in between the clear plastic and the blue plastic. I've tried to center it as much as I can, because if it's off, what it could do is cause almost, when you come over here in transition, it could cause this juice screw not to be in line with this juice screw, or vice versa. So we're gonna see if I've got it pretty centered, I think. If you gals have figured out anything else on these type of handheld routers to make that fit more flush, please comment below and let me know. I may try it on my plunge router. I got a larger plunge router over there that's corded, but I was, of course, trying to do it on the cordless. It's just so much easier. So if you got an idea or how that's supposed to fit, or everybody else's fits that way, just let me know. We're gonna put this thing together, and if you'll come over here and look, I've got everything clamped down. It's got clamped to the table. I've got my board in there. Of course, this board is not finished yet. It's just been popped. We have to do some more sanding and all that good stuff. But all in all, fit and finish, I'm kind of happy with it so far. There was still some, I guess, a learning curve to get it put together, and it wasn't bad. It was just having to replace a few things here and there, and especially the thickness of the board. That was, I guess, one of my main things, because usually I build a board a little bit thicker than this. Most of the time I try to build 1.5 inches or something like that. I think this will accommodate up to 1.25 inches if I read that right. And I told you earlier we were going to look at these instructions. No, they're good. I mean, they're okay. It's just it's a pretty simple thing to put together. It's not too bad. So I am going to go get a battery. They're on charge over and get that thing out. We're going to see if this thing will cut a groove. Okay, we get this thing put back together. Put it back. Put the groove out. I'm going to start pretty shallow, just in case this thing does not act right. I can plane it off. That makes sense? Good. We're talking shallow, 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 shallow. I'm going to give it a shot and see what happens. This is the very first cut on this, so it could tear the board up. It may shoot out of my hands. It may fall to pieces. I don't know what it's going to do. But we're going to give it a shot. I am wearing hearing protection, so because these things get very loud. So here we go. Let's see what happens. It's a small bit, so I'm fixing to turn the speed up. All right, we're cooking with gas. I'm going to try to keep the back to me at all times. As you can see here, it fits. The bearing itself hits up here. So I can see why you need a plunge router. And what I may do, I'm going to rethink this. I'm going to back this back up, and I'm going to plunge down with it. That way it's more of a plunge. I don't know if it's the proper way to do it, but hey, I've got to do what I got to do. I'm going to clamp it back down. Nope, I'm not clamp it down because I want to plunge it. So let's turn it on. Let's see what happens. Here we go. Okay, not too bad. I think it'd be much easier with a larger router. As you can see there, it cut a good groove. The bit cut a good groove. It did have, I guess, some coating on the bit I didn't pay attention to, but I like it. I like it. I like it. It made it a lot easier, and I can't find too many faults with it right now. So, with that being said, I think it's a good product for the money it is. I mean, like you said, I saw a video earlier. The guy said, "Hey, I can build a jig, but why am I going to waste time building a jig when I can just buy the jig and build my product?" It's kind of the way I'm starting to feel about certain things. Juice groove jig, give it a thumbs up. It's let me know in the comments what you think. Let me know in the comments if you got one. If there's something I did wrong, something that didn't look right to you, let me know. I've been woodworking now for possibly 6 or 7 months, so I'm still green. No pun intended, but I'm green. And I can learn something. I turned 50 last week, so I'm still learning every single day, and woodworking has really helped me with stress and anxiety. So feel free to shoot me something. Please like and subscribe. Like I said, I'm trying to get this off the ground, and any help and support will be greatly appreciated. Till next time, peace.